Candace's home. And chosen in the George Zimmerman trial.
We've got John Phillips, who we've seen before, John, but we've got a new face, Julie Schlax now, who a former prosecutor, now practices criminal defense. These are going to be our legal experts. We're going to have them in and out throughout the course of this trial. We got some big events today. Of course, we're finished with jury selection. That's kind of wiping the sweat off the brow a little bit. Anything surprising for you, Julie? We do. It's all female. I mean, is that surprising, or I mean, run of the mill?
Not surprising at all, considering the vast majority of the 40 that were left were female. What I found surprising is that 2 of the state strikes were disallowed, meaning there are now 2 people on that jury that the state actually didn't want on that jury.
Okay, so state essentially, we don't want these 2. Judge comes out, says, tough luck. Your reasoning for striking them not good enough. John, what's that mean for prosecution?
You know, they're going to move on. Five of the 6 are parents, which kind of was a key yesterday. We want parents. We want somebody that's dealt with the love of a child and could put themselves in the situation of a loss of a child. But you know, there are probably going to be lawyers at the 4th Judicial Circuit combing through the legal research and trying to determine if they can do something about getting those 2 jurors out of there.
I understand the prosecutors not being happy with the 2 that they didn't want, the judge forcing them there. But what about the composition, the ethnicity, because of the racial overtones that have been following this trial or this case?
You've got one African-American, although some are referring to her as Hispanic juror. She's from Chicago. I thought when she was initially questioned that she would have been favorable to the prosecution. Now she had some things today that she said, and Amir did a good job rehabilitating her for her case. But you know, again, and the family's already come out and said this isn't, you know, we're happy that this isn't necessarily a black-white thing. We get how we'd like to have some jury of Trayvon's peers as well, but you know, for the 10% minority population, you've got 1 juror. You've mimicked the population at least.
Judge Nelson has yet to rule on a couple of things that will have a chilling effect, right?
Definitely.
What's out there?
Whether or not the experts will be allowed to testify. You know, they've continued the testimony today, and I imagine the argument in regards to whether or not the state can meet that Fry standard, which is essentially that legal standard that says, do the experts in this field all agree that the technology and science is well enough established that we should allow this expert testimony? That's very much into question.
And we're talking about, of course, audio recordings, 911 tapes, expert opinion, you being our legal experts, let you both weigh in on this. 911 tapes, they're going to make it, or are we going to have these experts in?
After the judge's ruling today, I'm thinking maybe not. You know, I think she may be leaning against it because, again, you're invading the common sense of the jury. If you got, and I don't know that it matters, if you got an expert on both sides that says, no, it's my guy, what difference does it make?
Right.
The jury selection, in my opinion, I'm not the expert, was relatively quick. What does that say for the trial?
It really depends on I think, the voice analysis expert. I think that'll add a week or 3 or 4 days if they have it. Otherwise, I think we're still on pace for a solid 2, maybe 2+ weeks to get it done.
I think you're going to have a great effort on both sides because this jury is sequestered. That's a big deal for these people to all of a sudden be taken away from their jobs and families. 1 juror is specifically addressed that she had grave concerns because she was a stay-at-home mom. They're going to try to move things along as best they can.
So Monday, we're talking opening statements. It's amazing that a week ago, when we were getting the initial phases of jury selection, it seemed like it was going to take forever. I mean, getting through 4 in a day. So opening statements come Monday. But after today, when you were talking a grand scheme of things, 2 potential strikes being ruled out, is Amir kind of pumping his fist right now? I mean, is the defense side saying, hey, listen, we kind of maybe got one at the end of the day?
I think this is a difficult case for everyone involved. I feel very confident that neither side is going back, oh, we got this.
Right.
This is a difficult case.
For sure.
All right, guys, thanks for coming in. John Phillips and Julie Schlax, thank you for sharing your thoughts on the Zimmerman trial. Well, JTA is going green. How much less gas new hybrid buses are expected to use compared to their